Logitech G, and Mineski Event Team.
Our final quarterfinal is ongoing. Game 1 goes the way of Evil Genesis. Game 2 is just around the corner as we head into the draft. Very momentarily, our 3 panel members are back ready to give you their insights, their wit, and perhaps some sharp tongues. We'll see if we manage to get a rise out of Will or not. Welcome back, gents. Nice to have you here, of course. Great to be working alongside you at another Dota event here in Genting as well. I know this crowd love their Dota 2. And I got a feeling we might get a better Game 2, or am I misguided?
I don't know. I think that EG might have VP's number. I feel like regardless of what the lineup is, I don't like to put too much correlation into stats, but at this point, VP might objectively be the better team, but I feel like EG just keep getting it done.
Hold on, I'm going to send this to Nahaz.
I'm going to go against the stats. Looking more and
Hold
more
on a minute. What
at that last
stats
draft,
don't lie.
I think if you gave VP that last draft to do over, I think they were fine if they just pick a different 3 cores. You third pick Queen of Pain, who's been easily the statistically worst hero in this patch of those picked 100 more games. You go ahead and you go for the Chaos Knight, who's very, very vulnerable. If he falls behind any point in the first 15 or 20 minutes, he cannot get back into the game.
Sure.
And then the 5th pick, the Bat Rider, is fantastic against the Lycan, but you're picking him into one of the harder counters in the pool in the Abaddon.
But hold on, Alan, because that Queen of Pain was pretty good.
Exactly, but Queen of Pain's not. Queen of Pain can't carry the game by herself if for no other reason than she can't hit towers. Right?
So
she's not going to kill the enemy base.
What one other core then?
Yeah, I honestly, I think the VP can look at that last game and say, they said, you know what? There's not really too much wrong with the way we've played that. I mean, look, they got aggro tri-laned. Ramsey's 2 most picked heroes in this patch are the Luna and the Gyrocopter, 2 natural tri-lane cores. I think VP can be fine here, take a breath, and pick stronger core matchups.
All right, God's bans incoming right now. Do you agree, disagree?
What are we looking at? The Tuscan
or is that an Oracle ban?
The TV we're looking at is kind of far away, so I'm trying to zone out. I was like, is that actually an Oracle to hear that it looks like?
This is, oh man.
VP are memeing, let's go.
I was hoping, well, the VP are memeing a little bit. That Brood ban is not a meme, by the way, by EG.
Absolutely. The Oracle Husker bans, they're throwaway bans. I don't know. VP, just, we've seen in the past, like as much as...
Relax.
It is Oracle, by the way.
Yeah, so bans in a sense, like, you know, if you leave whatever heroes are left in the pool, you know, both teams have equal access to a certain extent. So theoretically, you could ban no heroes and your opponent's ban 3, and you're still in a perfectly fine position to pick heroes that work. But, you know, these bans are very much pure throwaways.
Yeah, EG go right back to the Lycan, as you have to believe they would.
Why would they go anywhere else at this point?
Yeah. Wow, here we go, early game, boys. Here we go. So VP is mad. They're like, okay, you know what? We're gonna run in him.
Yeah.
Let's
go back to CIS Dota.
Yeah.
I think this is like one of the most classic pairings, and like you need heroes that enable Chen, because Chen is a really awkward hero in the sense that like alone he doesn't feel very strong, but what Sanking does is he gives you a reliable stun, a way to gap close, and more importantly, you push in the wave. So imagine like you play this offlane Sanking, you push in top, and then the Chen just comes in with like 1 or 2 creeps, you wrap around, you get a kill, and then you immediately push the tower. Like this is the strength of those heroes in conjunction with each other, is that you can kind of wrap in, pincer, take the tower, and no one can really contest that, because these are 2 very strong laning heroes.
Boy.
This also tells me VP are not going to be playing like the safe lane battle versus EG's aggro as much. You know, I've got a Chen who's not going to be there until 1 minute in because he doesn't get creeps, and it tells me more that VP are going to try and contest Sumail's lane in that off lane of things.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Like if you go Sanking off lane, then you shove in, I think it's going to be really successful.
I'm going to show you this on paper because I don't want people at home to see it, and I don't want them to hear it.
Okay.
All right. I don't think so, but
all right, we'll see.
We'll see. I'm having a little bit of a flashback though to the Na'Vi series, when Na'Vi allowed the Tusk Lycan open 2 games in a row and just obviously weren't prepared to deal with it. I don't think Rubik Lycan is quite as devastating in the hands of EG, but it's awfully strong.
Yeah. So they ban the Omni again. They take the Rubik.
I think that Batrider ban is also really, really good.
Yeah, we saw last game that VP can play it, and it is a Lycan counter of sorts. And it's a hero that is going to be able to take advantage of lanes being pushed out to dive towers, also pushes lanes himself pretty well, and that sets up for the Chen rotations.
So what do you guys think VP goes here in their last three? You think we're just going to see an all-out run-at-you push lineup with like a Luna or Gyro? I don't think you can Gyro against a Lycan, but Luna I think is actually much better against Lycan and Gyro.
How is Luna these days?
It's
It's
okay.
a huge amount of it, do we?
Not like a fantastic hero, because the lane can get pressured as well, and you've got a Chen who's obviously there's synergy with the kind of pushing power that comes with the two heroes, but that's not a hero that's going to secure your lane.
Yeah, we have two standout heroes left, PL and TB, both heroes that we haven't seen EG get too often. Especially the PL, that's kind of been the bread and butter for them when they do pick this Lycan kind of strategy. I think drafting, though, especially in this phase, is so interesting because oftentimes, like, I think Dota fans, we give a lot of credit, right? We think to ourselves, like, oh, of course they know that the Lycan is coming. They'll have this, like, crazy plan for it. But sometimes the enemy team is just, like, too good at executing stuff, and it puts a lot of the pressure on you because you're no longer drafting in the same way. Like, Evil Geniuses, everything that VP are doing is in response to what they know about EG, whereas for EG it's a little bit more free-flowing, and as a result, like, they get to get the kind of drafts that they're used to playing.
So if EG know that Virtus.pro want to run at them and this fast, is the Medusa something they might look at? EG, that is, not Virtus.pro.
Leaves you a bit exposed. You want
Yeah,
Arteezy on something more mobile with just, I don't know, it's a bit more
I'm just thinking
platform.
late game again is just
I think
almost impossible to killer, isn't it? So
VP spending a lot of time here. I'm wondering if they're thinking about taking the PL away from EG.
Yeah.
They are not a PL team themselves. I believe only 1-0 on no one. But okay, the Witch Doctor struggled a lot in this tournament.
what is it now? It was 1-11.
Yeah, I want to say it's like 2-11 now. But and the EG come back. Oh man, that's a really sick pick.
Bounty's always been very good against Chen, just being able to track his movements around the map. More so in the past when it was very much exclusively about, you know, getting that first creep as soon as possible and start roaming around the map, smoke ganking a lot. But Bounty very much a go-to counter.
Yeah. You see Bola there as well, leading a majority of that talking. Like, I've worked with Bola
Okay,
twice.
there's PL.
And what he does well is he does these drafts so well because he understands, like, okay, what he does when it comes to preparing a team is he'll say, all right, if we do this variation of things, these are the next 5 most likely outcomes. Here's what I have in mind for every single one of those. Like, this guy will take a minimum of 4 or 5 hours to prepare the night before. Then he'll talk to your players to make sure that they understand the strategy and say, okay, you're most likely going to play this because when we pick the Lycan, they'll anticipate that. This is how they'll counter it. Here's where we go from there.
Now, Sam drafts like it's poker. Yeah, he's not just playing, he's not playing the last action of his opponent on the hand. He's playing, here are the 5 different things the opponent can do, and I know what I'm going to do in each case.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. As much as like EG have prepared for this draft and this counter draft, think of how many drafts they probably prepared or theory crafted that didn't involve Lycan. I'm sure they imagined Lycan was going to be banned against them and have countless scenarios for that. So,
and that's the scary thing about EG. We talk about them really starting to find their form, but you know, every team, there are only so many hours you have to prepare, so every team comes into a tournament with a finite number of ideas. But when you're able to get this far in the tournament, really only having to show your Lycan lineups,
gone back to
a lot left on the table.
Sumail Puck.
I think there's still a bit of flexibility here. Most likely a Sumail Puck, but I think that this leaves open the question of what's going to be mid and what's going to be offline.
Important they got wave clear with that pick. They really lacked any ability to deep push, to also just to push out waves themselves, and something that has escaped. You know, these lane pushes on VP's side are trying to set up these kind of collapses on towers where they're going to come in from behind, and here like Puck actually has the ability to clear out waves and also get out of there without dying.
Yeah, so this verifies, by the way, that it is the Sand King Chen combo. Like, when you see this, it's very unlikely that this is 4-position Sand King, just because you want the Sand King to push in the wave pressure and get going as soon as possible. And so that's what e.g. they take a hero that can shove out the wave very safely, and even if he gets stunned, won't die to that immediate combo. Like maybe you lose the tower, but the hope is that you can just keep orbing out the lane.
That is an Arc Warden ban.
Wow.
Haven't seen it from
That's-
Arteezy. I think VP are just like, this here would be really annoying. That one's probably not so much a throwaway ban.
I don't know.
It could have come out.
You think?
Very annoying to play against, but yeah.
I mean, believe me,
Unlikely.
believe me, as someone who wishes Arc Warden were deleted from the game, I understand, but I think that's a little memey too.
We haven't seen a huge amount of cheese at this tournament so far. In fact,
No.
I don't really think any. I mean, unless you count Caps cheese, which is clock SF, but I disagree.
The main cheesy picks have been the Broods.
Yeah.
Been a few of them, but hasn't been like a game side. But Broods getting banned out.
Take
as
SF?
Yeah, it's a nice TA ban, and I think SF's reasonable.
Does that, if you ban the TA there, do you take SF, or do you allow, is it because you allow the one-on-one for puck?
I think it's more to protect the puck than it is a concern about the SF, but yeah, I think you could still take the SF.
Yeah, I think Shadow Fiend's sick here. If I'm EG, that's the hero that I'm most likely looking at.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, they take Gyro.
They took Gyro themselves. Okay, with the Lycan on board for themselves.
Techies would be great right now.
Oh, shut up.
So, Gyro, Rubik, again, it seems like EG have this idea that they can just really contest and win as many lanes as possible with this kind of aggro tri-lanes. Typically, the bounty likely to be down there with them. Chen's not going to be helping the lane, and VP definitely need to respond to that accordingly.
I think I still like Luna here.
For VP,
Yeah.
I think so, PL in the mid lane.
Yep. That's, I mean, it's, again, small sample, but that's how they run it before.
Yeah. You could take something like Sven and just run at them as well.
Yeah. Maybe Razor or TB, but
I think TB's still in the pool as the hero.
Yeah,
I'm
TB
looking
is
at,
there.
like,
How's TBPL work as like a core combo?
it's not.
you have to go
it's-
Diffusal Blade. Like, you can't
Yes.
go that greedy Battle Fury PL.
Yes.
Like, EG did that exact duo. They had Fear playing
Right.
PL and Arteezy playing Terrorblade in one of their games recently, so...
Yeah, and a couple of the C teams have done it as well. It's actually, the first time I saw it, I was like, what? But it actually works much better than I thought. The PL can become a skirmisher.
But it's VP. I feel like they're just going to be saying crazy.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, they have a single core PL just because Sand King doesn't
boy.
scale.
Okay.
Not crazy, but different pushing. Like,
I
it's
don't know
hard
about
to
this.
play against the Lycan when you're getting run at. Same with Gyrocopter. There's a lot of magic damage.
That's
EG side.
DP with no save against an EG lineup that can really get in your face really quickly.
All right. Well, draft concludes. Let's get our final thoughts from our three members of the panel. We'll start with Gods this time.
Going to go with EG this time. Again. They got the Lycan again. I don't feel like VP's adjustments are geared at countering or dealing with the Lycan. The same way we saw like Newbie earlier today. They had heroes geared to counter it, like the Naga Siren to sleep and snare. I think EG's draft is going to win them game 2.
Yeah. Well,
I want a game 3. VP.
Again,
and hold on. I can't just let him off the hook like that. That's the only reason.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Okay. Well, virtual high five from over here, Alan.
I gotta stick with the stats and stay with EG. I don't think VP's adjustments are in the right direction.
Okay. All right. A bit of a split decision here on the panel. We are ready then for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Handed back to our commentary team. Can Virtus.pro keep us in the tournament, or is it GG from EG?
Game 2, VP versus Evil Geniuses. Surely the Lycan's gonna get banned, Trent? No, not at all. EG managed to first pick up a Lycan again, and it seems like it's won over our panel's heart. Or brain, rather, with the stats.
Yeah, I like Blitz's way of thinking, you know. You go with what you think will get you game 3. I've tried that. I wound up at the bottom of the table in prediction. So don't go with your heart. Go with what's been working.
Well, apparently, VP and EG are all going home.
Oh, they're outie. Fair enough.
Awkward. So, Trent, how was your
Yeah.
day?
Oh, it's been great so far, actually. I didn't have any of my games DC like that. Didn't have to remake or anything like that. You know?
I got to give you props. You
Oh.
you said Arc Warden to me
I did.
in the draft for Evil Genius's last pick. You were set on it. I said against PL, you're out of your mind. Sure enough, VP ban the Arc Warden. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see your prediction, but it was at least on VP's mind. Instead, they managed to pick up the Gyrocopter, so we were kind of memeing, of course, that it's going to be VP who pick up the Gyrocopter against a Lycan again.
Yes,
We're repeating the history mistakes. When do they not learn?
Yes, Arteezy now complaining that his Oracle got banned in the first phase. How about that, though? Those
I don't know what was that.
Those throwaway bans. That's what they were.
Yeah,
They're that idea of just like, we're going to leave all the heroes out there. You know what? We're going to give you your Lycan. That's a statement from VP saying, go ahead. This time, we'll figure it out.
Do you think the trade-off was worth it, though? They got Sand King, they got Chen.
I would say I want to call it worth it. If it wasn't for these past like 4 Lycan games by Fear, I'd call it worth it.
Yep.
But at this point, I find that hard to do. But all will be told now in our game as we are in. Everyone's ready to go. See if VP can keep themselves alive here.
They did spot that one. No one. A little bit quicker on the fingers there. EG still managed to pick up 3 different bounty runes. Just imagine if Misery had snagged that one too.
That's GG.
Demoralizing start for EG in game 2. You know how quickly they tilt.
Yeah, and Misery already starting the anti-Chen shenanigans. Deep ward there, spotting the Chen movements, blocking a camp. And he's just going to TP bot.
Yep.
The send-back plays.
Dodging the bounty hunter.
So he's doing send-backs in 2 lanes. That's a new one.
Nice.
All right, fair enough.
Win all the lanes.
He's Chen.
Most of the time we would see the Chen, he goes to the off lane, he sends back like 3 different creeps. And a little bit of a change up on that style from our Chen here. He's also going to be able to get away from the bounty hunter, who Misery was very likely wanting to shadow him in the start of the game. Block some of those camps if possible. Instead, he's going to try and help out the mid lane Fear as a Lycan is going up against a Death Prophet. Surely this can be a good lane for the Lycan. I know he can survive through so many harassable lanes, but this one's got to be a doozy.
Yeah, I think he had the same one the other day, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Sumail? He's got a healing salve, has to heal up a little bit more. There's going to be a lance as well. Lil's going to go for it. No, he gives up on... Sumail had a little bit too much HP, but they took away a lot of his regen. So.
Yeah, and look at that start from Lil, too, right? The null right at the beginning for tons of harass from that Witch Doctor. One of the better supports to do it on, too, because it's such a great attack animation. It feels so good.
Yeah, that's quite the interesting idea. I guess with the Chen, you can buy pretty much everything. You can play the hard 5 to start the game. And why get boots if you can get extra stats for a Witch Doctor?
Yep. And in this dual lane, too, like, if you can force out a phase shift or something just from your pure right clicks, that's going to give the lance over and then at least some chance for aggression. But
boots don't really mean anything if Puck can just man fight you, right? If he's got a little bit better stats. But toss back crit will ensure he picks up the bounty rune, not letting Pasha get that opportunity. He's going up against a Rubik and a Gyrocopter. Sand King should be able to get a decent amount of farm in this lane. He's actually on really good CS right now, 9-0.
Yeah, and that will likely just increase as the levels start coming out for solo. Of course, get more creeps to help out. Maybe something a little bit better than just a Centaur chilling nearby. And Fear has made his way to level 3, though. Staying there in the mid lane, that's the big moment, right? 2 points in the Feral Impulse. You feel fantastic. Nothing can kill you. But a DP is certainly a worthy adversary. So we might have to see Fear ducking into that jungle relatively soon. But Misery's always there to possibly go and soak up a little bit mid and just help himself get to 6 as early as possible.
Misery gonna be caught here underneath the sentry. Tried to help out Sumail. It's a tough lane.
Yeah.
He's kind of given up on trying to help out mid. Fear should be good, as you said, with that extra level in the Feral Impulse and the extra regen he gets. You could already see that harassment coming out from the Spirit Siphon. Just not enough to threaten Fear, really.
Man, top lane, I want to be this Witch Doctor. Brown Boots null, 3 minutes. This is the dream. This never gets to happen when you play support.
Yeah, seriously. He just gets a Maledict on Sumail. You have to run away. Man, they managed to get the lance onto Sumail. He tried to dodge a Maledict kick. So that third final tick actually does a decent amount of damage to him. Fortunately, he does have a healing salve.
You'd expect with how low he was, too, for Lil, they might have been able to like make a play with Misery coming back after death, but just nothing. Even with the level 2 in the orb. A little bit too scared here from Sumail.
Arteezy hit from a big nuke there, coming out from the Chen. Penitence into, dive potentially onto Lil. No, he's too tanky. Got a full 100 HP on him. Fear just keeps on regenning.
Yep, still no boots or anything on no one, so... Oh, he does purchase them now, but he needs that courier to head home, get them in here, so at least get some advantage on this Lycan. Because the last time Fear, he still didn't bother getting boots. You know, he never does. He likes to get the helm first, because you don't need boots when you're ulted, and that's when you get your kills anyway. But, of course, versus Death Prophet, that's always a pretty big concern.
Playing it a little bit like Weaver.
Yeah.
In that regard. Soul Ring almost finished up for our Sand King, so he's going to have some decent stats as well. Looks like Ramsey's CS as the Phantom Lancer is not too poor, 19-3, so he's keeping pace with the Gyrocopter. Seems like we're just kind of mirroring each other. Both offlaners are having an okay time, a little threatened. Both the carries are getting a decent amount of farm.
They spotted this rotation from Lil. He TP's mid and then just starts walking north, so Misery going to be fully aware that there are now sentries in the mid lane. There are plenty of things to come out there.
He does spot Solo, and Solo spots him. Managed to get a successful scan on him.
Leads him back. But hey, that's the bounty hunter life, right? You just chase this guy around.
Ooh, with a double damage. Okay, they've used that shield now.
Yeah, we've talked
They
about
got to be
this
real
too.
careful with it on the way back.
He loves that level 2 in the Shadow Walk.
Look at the courier going the long way around over to the Ancient. He's actually going to bottom lane. I think about it, he's delivering the Soul Ring to the Sand King.
Oh, everyone just relaxing now. Only 1 kill in 5 minutes. In terms of how this game's going to go, when do we start seeing some movement? I guess Sumail, maybe someone we're going to look to. I guess, you know what, it's just going to be Fear, let's be honest. You know, he's got a very clear, defined role with this hero in this team, and every time he cracks 6 with that helm.
Oh, bottom lane, Arteezy's already taken so much damage. Burrow Strike into the Chen creeps, almost enough to be able to finish off Arteezy, and with the extra slow coming out from the Caustic Finale, Pasha is able to run him down underneath the tower.
He's been mostly safe in these off-lane setups from the side of EG, but not this time. The VP Chen, always worrisome.
This is going to start snowballing too. Pasha can get his level 6, but it looks like he may be caught here. The homing missile is going to be able to come in. Pasha tries to keep himself hidden underneath the creep wave, hoping to be able to take less rocket barrage damage. Has the magic wand, gets a Burrow Strike a little bit distance away. Arteezy, they need the vision on him. They have the movement speed to be able to pop in the rocket barrage. Not quite enough, but the right click comes out from crit. Barely gets it, but get it they do. Fear? He's running into Solo here with a Penitent, and now no one as well as the Witch Doctor. They just sandwich Fear. He doesn't have the mana for the ultimate, and I'm not sure if, even if he did pop it, if he would have lived with that Maledict on him already.
Oh, these are some great rotations. And all Misery can do is watch.
Oh no, Misery. He's having such a hard time finding courier pickoffs. He couldn't get a single one, and now he ends up dying to the dust. Ooh, Ramsey's in serious trouble. Does have a doppelganger. He's got to outplay Sumail here a little bit. Doesn't get off the doppelganger before the orb. Couldn't quite predict that one fast enough, so.
Yeah, not a very easy game for Misery here. You know, you're dealing with 3 cores that really you can't harass all too much. Sure, it's great. You chase this Chen around. That works if the guy like jungles or something, but that's so old, you know, that's not really what happens anymore. He's going to lanes, he's making plays, and if you're actually in an engagement, the bounty hunter doesn't do nearly as much as if he's just like soaking some experience away from this Chen. And they're coming right back in with Pasha.
Chen's gonna cut him off. Chain stun perfectly.
Man, this is some great Chen play so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Sand King makes it easy for you, right? It's such a strong pairing between those two. Pasha's got the epicenter. I'm not sure if they can really keep the Gyrocopter against this lane. Don't think they want him to die again here. Solo's going to spot out Fear.
Steal some experience. This is nice.
Even better if they can actually sneak Pasha over here.
Oh, with that first epicenter, wouldn't this be something?
That would be a fantastic play. They got to get the chain stuns off of the Centaurs. They're going to lead with a Burrow Strike. Stun 1. Stun 2 coming out for the Centaur. Here comes the epicenter. It's going to be more than enough damage. Great combination from VP. Just beautifully executed.
Solo's just doing everything. Goes to a lane, gets a kill. Plants a ward. Hey, that's another kill. Easy peasy. And that's Misery's life. This is, you know, his counter on the other side.
This is what happens. Okay, Sumail may not have the damage to be able to finish this one off. The coil just doesn't really do anything for him. He pops the haste rune, he forced rotations, but they do get the free send back on the Death Prophet, so he will return very shortly.
How about Ramsey's this game, though? Still the 3rd core. That was kind of his life last game as well. Didn't get the best start, but he's down bottom now. Maybe going to get a little bit more breathing room here. Try and get some better last hits going.
I was about to say, if they can keep him down, they've got plenty of AoE to kind of continue that trend, right? With the Gyrocopter and the puck, with this kind of magic, AoE magic damage. Not today. All Centaurs in a line. Sentry's going to spot him here.
Sumail has to be very careful.
But they've caught Sumail. Sumail
that angle
has to get his orb away. He's already got the Maledict on him, but he's got a big wand, so he's going to be okay.
There's actually no invis.
Misery. 5 seconds till his invis.
Sumail's coming from behind him.
Dust is about to wear out as well. VP have to give up on this attempt. Sumail's going to be able to get a decent coil. Here comes Fear. He's going to be able to run him down. He's got the Helmet Dominator. Great use of the Centaur, slowing him down pretty well, but it's still going to be these 2 supports going down. Good attempt, but in the end, Chen and his full army, as well as his ally Witch Doctor, end up falling to the rotation from Fear.
And you think about the way that Sumail played that gank, and how he just escaped over to that western part of the map instead of just going into the trees or something like that. There's no counterplay if he makes that, you know? He just takes the safer route. It's a bit riskier, I'd say, to go to that western part, but instead, he's able to keep following behind and then create that setup play for Fear. Easy peasy for that first rotation with the ultimate and the Helm of the Dominator, and now he can start pushing his way into that Necronomicon.
How are you feeling about this Death Prophet just kind of being left alone? I'm beginning to get a little apprehension about this. The fact that no one's just farming away. It's a tough hero to beat if you start getting ahead. He starts taking objectives, starts snowballing. Do you think EG need to address that problem, or you think they're focusing on being able to shut down the Phantom Lancer is a better approach to this game?
Definitely seems like Ramsey's the key again. I mean,
okay.
Last game, no one had the same thing, right?
Yeah.
It was on the Queen of Pain. I would say arguably even worse to give a bigger edge to, because you think they're just going to apply all this pressure and start killing your heroes and everything. DP much more structure focused, and they do have a lot of burst damage to try and push their way right through her. However, she's backed up by a Chen. She's backed up by a very firm Sand King as well. So game so far does indeed look very good for no one. And if they can actually build that objective play into like not just tier 1s, but also Roche, that would be fantastic. Try and take that away from EG.
That Hellbear is the most popular girl at the ball right now. Chen picks it up. Helmet Dominator tries to snag it away from
Misery. This courier just came back to life. Hello.
Get it.
Oh, that's a rich courier.
That is so much.
Oh, no wonder it was flying so slow. Very heavy.
Weighed down by all the loot that Virtus.pro had on it. And he is able to get away safely,
That's the Void Stone. That means the Yule's going to be quite delayed, because that recipe's done for no one.
Ooh, maybe that opens up an opportunity for EG to actually get a kill on him. Doppelganger being used here by Ramsey.
Or a puck. I mean, that Yule's is pretty damn important in these engagements that the Lycan's going to be about to try and force again.
Yeah, it really is. Misery is going to show himself here on Lil. His invis was fading, so might as well get some damage in. They're actually going to try and go for the kill with a coil. They're going to slow him down, easily taking that one. And you can feel free to use these ultimates if they're track kills after all.
Yep. This is what EG are going to be looking for. This is kind of why I like the idea of the Arc Warden, of just like this other hero that can kind of pair up with the Bounty Hunter and everything, but RTZ rather than, you know, of course.
Oh, Misery. He picks up the Bounty Rune to get his Arcane Boots, but it leaves Sumail with an empty bottle.
That's a hard life, you know.
Yeah.
So supports need some help sometimes, too. You know, speaking of RTZ, it's a little unfortunate. He's on a hero that actually won't be building a Battle Fury. Little awkward, you know. I'm sure he's not enjoying that too much. Had to actually build a Mask of Madness. Can you believe it? I'm sure he's very upset right now.
You had me very perplexed for a moment there. I was like, because I didn't hear who you were talking about. I was like, wait, who's he talking about? Gyrocopter?
Yeah. It's okay. All right. They're going in. They want to put on some.
Oh,
hey. Oh,
no.
my God, with the TP.
Oh, no. What an unfortunate timing for that smoke.
Yep, that ward right in the mid lane saw it happening. Damn, that timing on the TV, that is some next level stuff from Misery right there.
That really was.
All right, well, sick aggression. Hey guys, I wonder where they're going to maybe try and use that next exorcism. Do you think bottom lane? Maybe. Can we set up in time? They have that ward still from earlier on.
What do you think EG does in this response? Like, do you think...
I like this.
You think they just dodge?
Yeah, I think you dodge.
Okay.
I mean, is anyone ready to go? I don't think so. There's not even an ulti here for RTZ, so...
It's pretty much just our Puck Blink Dagger as initiation, but we don't have Necronomicon, we don't really have the big damage item for the Gyrocopter, help them stat up a bit.
Fear does get mid out of it too, which is quite nice.
Yeah, they're actually getting a great exchange here, potentially 2 towers for 1. Which I'm not that good at math, Grant.
And he can give you some lessons when you get back.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under
Yeah, they're gonna keep
All
going.
Radiant
I mean,
I don't
after
see
all,
why not.
it's Chen, Death Prophet.
Yep.
They're going
Right,
to be able to
just
try and take
try
this tier
Blink in
2,
here.
but they're giving up Roshan if they go for tier 2 here, it looks like, because EG already inside the pit.
Yeah, that's a nice grab.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Give them a little bit of a presence if they want to try and pressure into that Radiant.
I'm surprised they just don't keep going, right? With the Chen creeps, just to force people back.
Yeah, you
on the
want to
side
feel
of
that.
EG,
Yeah, well,
just
you
to
can see now. They throw the scan in,
Uh-oh.
and so does the Dire.
They are far too away to challenge that one. So,
What
Evil
much damage
Geniuses.
they took. Jeez. If only they'd stayed bot.
Yeah. They actually had a really large amount of time to put damage on that tier 3, almost down to half HP off just the Chen neutrals.
Yeah, well, Arteezy certainly looking to be active in these fights. He's got a puck, he's got Fear, who's been rampaging across the map in every one of these games, so he's going right from the mask into the S and Y.
Who would you take on that trade-off? Do you prefer being on Evil Genius's side and taking a Roshan and 2 tier 1s, or do you like the tier 2 bounty and taking all the way?
I don't think Aegis is that fantastic this game for the EG side. You know, maybe if it was like some super sick Aegis hero, I'd feel really good about it. I don't know if Gyro necessarily fits that bill.
Yeah,
And
Gyro.
it all depends on my PL status too. All I care about right now is Ramses. If I'm playing on VP's team, it's like, dude, can you get this Diffusal Blade? Then I feel like we're gonna be really strong.
Yeah, he gets his Diffusal Blade, significant amount of damage. You start statting up a little bit, maybe even get a heart. Next thing you know, that magic damage is only tickling those illusions. Hard to find the real one smoke up here from VP. Not in time, though.
Yeah, and they're just making this rotation up top. Probably hoping to take this tower, I would say, without the Exorcism. You know, it's a tier 1. See a lot of EG heroes down bot. One good thing for EG is that although they've lost both those towers in the bottom lane, I don't see a really big threat from VP into just like taking that tier 3. You know, if there's a Lycan on VP, you're scared. But the heroes on VP, it's going to be pretty telegraphed if they actually have a real threat at your barracks. And oh, Misery, please. Dude, this maybe next time cosplay has gone too far. Oh, he reveals.
Oh no, he reveals himself just as the courier ends up going in. Picks up the Diffusal Blade. It's really telling the differences in style here. The Evil Geniuses, despite reading all of VP's rotations here, they've read every single one of them, haven't really been caught by a smoke yet. They are still losing all of their towers, but EG is making good trade-offs at the same time. Look at them. Who's going to be forced back, Trent?
They've learned their
They're
lesson,
playing a
I
game
think.
of push chicken right now.
That's a lot of ghosts.
Chen
But
creeps.
the question is, how many heroes do you have to leave bottom? It might just be one.
Misery is going to scout out some of these heroes, see if he can stop some TPs. Yule Scepter goes down. They're actually trying to go for the send back here. Fear at the same time is going for that tier 3. They come in from behind. Arteezy is going to try and get the kill onto Lil here, while no one's still getting some damage on the tier 3. But now Exorcism ran out. He gets sent back by the Chen, which is a good play. So they've only lost Witch Doctor. It looks like they're going to lose Solo as well.
Oh, those track kills, though.
How about the trade-off in damage to the towers? About half HP for the Radiant one. So
Yeah, with that Diffusal Blade, Ramses did put enough threat that Fear didn't really have a choice. He had to retreat. Barely got the ultimate off even with the mana burn.
considering the fact that we also got track kill, at least one of them for those 2 supports, I gotta feel like EG walked away with the winner.
Yep, felt very good. But yeah, it's interesting, as you said, the way that they've like seen everything VP has done because of this bounty hunter. Misery has just been on top of them the entire time, always seeing what they are up to. He just walks through tower range. Can't even get the track off.
Got to keep VP honest, you know?
Yeah, that's
just
right.
let him know what's up.
Check some inventories, you know, look for some dusts. And Lil, speaking of which, does have one, so he's be a little careful on his next one. Oh, a smoke popped from Pasha.
Oh.
They're not going to go for it, though.
There goes the track. Is he going to blink forward? He's got Force Staff, too.
Dude, he's
He
got
really
blink and
could.
force?
Yeah, he really could catch
Come on.
him.
There we go.
And there it is. EG, are they going to move over and see if they can get to redemption here for Misery? Samael's going to throw out a couple of nukes. Misery does end up going down, but they're trapped in coil. Now, here comes the rest of the team. The
Bought
Evil
back
Geniuses,
on
even
Misery.
with the buyback coming out from Misery. He wants these track kills. Here comes Arteezy, laying down the ultimate. Complete with Lil does get into the trees. Pop, the rest of them, VP. They're trying to retreat right now with Pasha getting over the cliff. Well played, but they're still trying to pursue with Samael. They're going to be able to catch up to Solo here. That extra movement speed with the track is going to allow them to be able to pick up that extra kill. So it might have been worth it on the buyback there.
Yeah, I think Pasha actually intentionally used Epicenter to make sure that Crit couldn't steal it so he could escape. or else he would have gotten the burrow strike and killed him.
Sets up play.
Yeah.
So it may cost Misery some of his gold, but it's better for his team, right? They all
Yeah,
got
it's like
some track gold.
transferring some ownership, you know? He's just like, hey, if I haven't done enough already, this game is support, let me just buy back to get you guys some more.
So he's just taking PPD to the next level. Is that what you're saying?
It's basically like when
He
you
was
be able
poor
to buy
already.
sentries and sell them from your ally. That's basically what he just did.
All right. 7,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses right now. But it is a bounty hunter lineup after all. You expected a little bit of a lead. They've got a gyrocopter and Lycan, some heroes that come online early. There's still the threat of Ramses. That's why they're trying to deal with them right now. Doppelganger dodged the rocket. Now they can turn and play with that diffuser blade. See if they can actually get onto RTZ, already down to half HP. Here comes the nuke bomb. No one does have his Yule Scepter still, so if he's threatened, he can easily get that one off. So Crit is going to end up dying here. Fear's going to try and get off the TP. Clapped, but no stuns. VP could not stop that one. That's an exorcism used and only a kill on a Rubik gained for VP.
Oh man, you want the kill on RTZ so bad. But away he goes. As only 20 minutes into this game. I don't know, it's felt very action-packed, of course. We've lost so many buildings. This map is quite empty here. Such an early time.
It really does seem like one of those games that push comes to shove. That we're just going to have a real quick break, right? One of these teams just go to win his team fight, boom, Elena Brack's gone, or at least a bunch of buybacks forced, and then they're on the verge of death.
And until then, we just look at the Roche clock. That'll probably be our next big factor. Pimp, you can take control of that camera. I'll just watch the pit the whole time. That'd be perfect. Yeah, this should be fine. I don't think anything else is really going to happen.
It's one of those lulls, right?
Of course
We're gonna
things are
have
going to
the
happen.
great
There's a
stand.
bounty hunter. He's scouting around. He's going to track some people up. EG won't just lay on their laurels of a 6K lead. No. Pressure. Onward. Rule Britannia. Something like that.
That is Trend Packs, everybody. Evil Geniuses cheerleader.
Yeah, okay, Mjolnir Zeus.
Don't make me smite you, Trent. Evil Geniuses are indeed trying to make plays happen right now. With the Bounty Hunter scouting out a lot of VP, EG look to challenge. They still have some big items coming in. The BKB for RTZ's definitely got to be one of the most notable pickups. BKB for Fear is also on the line, and Smale is just going to go all burst damage on us with the dagger.
Yeah, his threat basically just Sand King, really, in this game. Unless he's got the Yules just in case he gets silenced or something from the Death Prophet. Overall, has a fairly free game. And oh, this time he will get the Burrow Strike as well for crit, so excellent initiation potential here with that Blink Dagger.
Manta almost finished up for our Phantom Lancer, and he is kind of the ticking time bomb of this game.
Man, Misery is just being so obnoxious. Solo goes back and just plants another sentry, trying to find what this guy's up to.
Yeah, they've really struggled to catch this elusive bounty hunter. They've blown a lot of dust and a lot of sentries, failing to get kills on him. He's going to spot Ramses here with a double damage. Don't think anything's going to happen with it besides him farming a whole lot faster. He's going to try and catch up and grab some of Fear's creeps. Of course, he can't really stop Fear from TPing.
Been one of the most relaxed Fear Lycan games. Only 1 kill, 1 assist. Hasn't had to do all that much, honestly. Again, it's that whole vision game, spotting what VP are up to and saying, you know, this hero's not only very good at killing people. Oh,
all right,
speaking of which,
they've had enough of Misery. Pasha's picked up the gem.
That's like your one, you know? You get that one kill, and now Misery's just going to be tracking you down. He's going to be checking
Oh, they're going to pop the ultimate out of Invis here. Blinking from Crit, already with the telekinesis. Burrow Strike follow-up. That is all the disables they need to be able to take out the Death Prophet, and this could be that gank that turns into a buyback. We'll see. VP has already got a good push out in this bottom lane, though, so Evil Geniuses may not feel comfortable going to high ground.
I saw a hopeful ping from Misery at the Roche pit, but they're going to be very disappointed because this is an extremely long spawn. It's going to be a full other 2 minutes until they grab it. Very fortunate for VP in this scenario. Give themselves another chance.
Well, they can wipe away those tears with all the dollar bills they got right now with a 10,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses.
They certainly looked like they were struggling a bit when they first made this change, but it kind of feels like they found a real formula going forward now. This whole idea of Fear being aggressive, making those plays, and it's creating all this space for Sumail and Arteezy. Everyone was kind of worried, like, how would he adjust or something to these heroes that are going to be, like, less farmed and have to make these plays or anything, but that's not the setup they have at all. It's just more so about actually giving Sumail a very good start, because the mid lane tends to be kind of a poor one. You get focused. You have to rely on neutrals or something, whereas if you're playing on these off lanes or perhaps solo safe lane kind of a situation, you can just get all of your gold from laning, from the last hits, denies, you know, that thing Sumail was kind of the best at.
Yeah.
So he is fitting in extremely well here, and it's just another game where he's at the top of the chart.
Do you think there's something that stands out from EG that could be an easy way to deal with this roster? And their a concept of this kind of like split up in the lanes and giving Sumail that farm. What is VP just not doing here to shut down Evil Geniuses?
I don't know. I tend to think they're a little smarter than I am. That's a fair question. I would say their drafts tend to look very greedy from EG a lot of the time.
Okay.
You know, it's just like these 3 cores. You know, you got like Lycan, Tinker, and some Abaddon or something. It's like, you know, not a lot of stuns going on, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But someone will find the solution.
Epicenter,
beautiful.
2-man burrow strike out from Pasha, and he gets away from Arteezy. Now they're going to try and go for Solo instead, who's got the track on him already. He's healing up a lot for the Witch Doctor, but finally will end up going down. Now no one, surrounded by 4 heroes, bursted down. Here comes Fear as well. Making his way, Pasha's got to get out with that gem. They cannot afford to lose that one, nor can they afford to lose Ramses here. He's the big carry, and he's stuck. Fear's got him in his trap.
I'm not thinking about Roche Pit if I'm EG right now.
No, you are not. 50 seconds on the clock for a Phantom Lancer. Tier 2, plenty of time to take that down. See if you can push for the high ground.
Misery is spotted here, but no options for Pasha. No friends nearby to try and make a quick grab. And, well, easy tier 2, and now we'll go.
Misery. Sorry, bud.
All right, that gem. 2 kills now, paying for itself slowly. Just a couple easy installments.
Little do we know that's all part of Misery's grand plan.
Right.
He slowed down VP for an extra 2 seconds, and Sumail slows them a whole lot longer. The send back! It snapped the coil and kills the Sand King. Immediately buys back. Solo's almost dead. They're trying to get this extra kill. At the same time, it looks they've given up on Roshan. They picked up the Aegis. Arteezy has actually managed to pick it up. And now VP, they're fighting up there. Looks like they're going to be able to take down Crit here. Arteezy turns with a BKB. No one is taking so much HP away from that. Like they pop the cheese, he goes right back up to full. He's got to play the dodge game with his extras. He's got to play the distance. Fear going to be slowed down. The Bird Strike managed to get on top of him. Easy kill there. Arteezy still going to try and fight this one out, though. He's got the Necronomicon out there. Managed to slow down no one and actually killed the melee Necronomicon as well, so he takes even more damage and dominating streak for Arteezy.
Oh, Ramsey spends so much time harassing and abusing Sumail, and he can't even get him. Eventually, he just gets that phase shift into the blink. I mean, what can you do as a PL? Nothing but continue his chase on the low mana. Paku will slowly leave. So this PL just like kicked out of the whole fight. That's rough.
Man, what a interference play, though, from Sumail. Bouncing out, manages to immediately just get on top of VP, call them up, manages to basically get 2 kills off of that play, and open up Roshan for the rest of EG.
Misery Dota, his whole game, 0, 5, and 10, never looked so good. And he's doing it again.
They are just feeding away track gold right now, and Misery's loving every bit of it. He may actually have a real item before this game ends. Mech is coming in hot.
I would not have thought at the end of the series that I would ever be calling Misery the MVP, honestly. In terms of like the players on these teams, how they've been playing together, you know, this is the new guy who's coming in, has to do his thing, but I seriously think his Pudge and Bounty Hunter have just led the way so easily for EG in both games. He's looked fantastic.
Oh, Sumail has to pop the Eul Scepter on Pasha just to make sure he couldn't get a burrow strike through that phase shift.
Some very vertical lines here from Misery. Drawing to that bottom lane. They've got a ward there, a little bit of vision, the waves coming down, and there be a Bear Rex with an Aegis Gyrocopter.
Smoke up, Sumail, Fear, and Crit are still going to linger in this mid lane, see if anyone dares to push it out, and it looks like they may have just found their trap. No one. He pushed a little bit too far, gets a bit of damage on him, but they don't want to try and go for that kill. Instead, they're going to force VP to rotate down to bottom lane because this push is coming fast.
setup plays from VP. We're basically just looking to Pasha.
Is that Envision? Oh, it's not. It's barely outside of the ward. That is unfortunate. Pro strike. Whoa, that's a win from Pasha. And he's going to pay the ultimate price here. Arteezy on the front lines with the BKB, just damaging everyone from VP. Even takes out the Chen. Almost grabs the Death Prophet. They call it. VP's out. Evil Geniuses continue their streak against VP with a 2-0 here at ESL One Genting.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. The strategies coming from EG, they just look so clinical. It's like they know what they're going to do. You open with these heroes, we're going to do this. You want to try some sort of a push strat with this Chen? We don't need to go around the map killing every one of your heroes with this Lycan. I am very happy to kill your buildings at a faster pace.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the Lycan both in game number 1 and leading into game number 2. But at the end of the day, you said, hey, I think the MVP of this series has got to be Misery, and I will not disagree with you whatsoever. Fantastic punch play by him. His Bounty Hunter was integral to the success of EG being able to scout out all those rotations from VP.
I mean, he just made the lives of his core so easy, right? If you're playing this greedy style, where you have these guys that all want a lot of farm, and they're just trying to get higher and higher in the net worth chart, somebody's going to sacrifice. And in this game, Misery he gave so much vision. It was so simple for them because of that just like one aspect of their draft. And VP, they tried everything to try and counter it. Sentries everywhere, killed him a couple times, but Misery played exceptionally well, kind of knowing these areas of vision.
EG look woken up, man. Is this the EG that can go all the way?
Hey, Bulba's
take the
back,
first place
baby.
here? Bulba's back. Evil Geniuses 2-0 here. We're gonna go now to the stage. Ari has Misery for an interview.
Thank you so much, Paul. We are here with Misery, Evil Geniuses. Give them a round of applause for, of course, wonderful performance against VP. I want to talk about your Pudge pick for, of course, day 1. Because last year, right here at Genting as well, you picked Pudge. I think it was against Wings. And is it the same thing? Is it something in the water here in Malaysia or the air that gets you to pick Pudge?
Perhaps. I know Malaysia likes Pudge, so...
You guys like Pudge? Do you guys want him to pick Pudge again for the next round? Do we want... They love Pudge. They love Pudge. We were talking about offstage about the streak. I mean, so far, VP has not been able to beat Evil Geniuses. I know you're still new to the team. You just came in. Was there a sort of conversation that talked about that basically talked about that, considering that it's been almost 3 years since 2015, since VP took a series out of you guys?
I don't know. I guess it has been mentioned, but it's not really something I looked into at all because I'm new to the team. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't think about that at all.
You just, of course, came from Tournament Galaxy Battles. You're here now at Genting. How are you guys feeling and recovering, of course, from that match? How do you feel? How's EG now for this tournament?
I think we were a little bit marked by getting 3-0'd. Yeah. So it was a bit rocky start for this tournament, but yeah, we got our stuff together, and yeah, we're doing well now.
A round of applause to Misery, Evil Geniuses, taking the match against VP. Thank you very much, VP. And of course, good luck with the rest of the tournament, Misery. Have a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Evil Geniuses take the match for our final game for day 1. Thank you. We're going to throw through a break and wrap things up for day 1 for ESL One Genting.
Unfortunate pro strike. Whoa, that's a win from Pasha, and he's gonna pay the ultimate price here. Arteezy on the front lines with the BKB, just damaging everyone for VP. Even takes out the Chen, almost grabs the Death Prophet. They call it. VP's out. Evil Geniuses continue.
Predator takes you to the edge. You make the leap. Summon your strength.
the history comes full circle yet again. No. The persistence, the dreams, the sweat, the struggle, the tradition. Some things cannot be named. Some places cannot be described. You can feel it. You know you can be a part of the extraordinary.
Congratulations on that win. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
ESL One Genting is brought to you in part by Intel, Resort World Genting, Mercedes-Benz, MSI, Acer Predator, Logitech G, and Mineski Event Team.
I don't listen to music while playing. Don't have any specific music that I listen to, actually.
I don't know, I'm mellow. I'm listening to everything. I listen to classic music, I listen to rap, I listen to rock, I listen to pop, whatever.
Everything as well.
Something like rock music.
Depends on my mood, but mostly electronic.
I like to listen to a lot of music. I sing along too. Yeah.
I listen to literally everything, actually.
Welcome back to ESL One Genting 2018. Our fourth day and our first day inside the Arena of Stars has come to a close in spectacular fashion as far as Evil Genius is concerned, because they move on to the semi-final. I don't know about those musical choices that the pro players had there, but I know one thing. EG is definitely singing their own tune. We're back at the panel to break down that interesting matchup, Gods, but ultimately it was a demolishing matchup for EG. They were fantastic.
Again, it just feels very much like EG kind of had VP's numbers. The drafts, both games, maybe slightly favoring EG, having to like him, but honestly, EG just played better. They seem to be in VP's head.
Yeah, 1-11 now, an 11 in a row, Alan, and 8 in a row at this tournament. From a team that when they came in, we were going, ooh, we're a bit worried about EG. They lost the opening game, and then they dropped down. They lost the opening game again to Penta, and that seems a long time ago now.
EG looking scary. They've got their work cut out for them in the next series against Liquid. But you know, I'm looking at these numbers going, okay, Sumail, Puck, 10, 0, and 4. Half of EG's 10 kills and a game-high 22k damage. What role swap?
Yeah, I mean, it was a question. I think it was a valid question, wasn't it? How is he going to adapt? It's not something we've seen in the tip, but it seems to be working really well. I mean,
those are Sumail last year numbers.
Absolutely.
So.
And we've mentioned this before. That flexibility, that freedom that he gets, that's what he wanted in the mid lane, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now he's getting it.
I think, especially with Misery coming on as captain, what Misery does best is enable his players. When it comes to the draft, yeah, he's got good ideas, but what he really brings to the table is, all right, how do I make these things work? Sumail, I've got this all-star player. I've got to figure out a way to let him loose. So far, it hasn't been working for him for the past half year. I'm going to figure out a way to get this kid the best possible matchups consistently. And now he's shining every single time. And it's kind of like, I saw Eternal Envy stream, and somebody asked him, like, what do you think about Sumail offlane? He's like, no matter how he looks in the future, he will be one of the best offlaners in the world.
Yeah. I want a word for Arteezy as well. We've not really spoken too much about him in this tournament, but my goodness, he's having a great tournament on a number of different heroes that maybe we sort of go, oh, he's good, but we didn't know he was that good on it.
Yeah. Arteezy's kind of the flex guy in the team who will be putting a hard carry if and when they need it, putting a fighting carry here with the gyrocopter if that's what the game calls for. So it really feels like he's the guy who gets a bit of pressure on him, sent to the off lane with some support, but at the end of the day, you're not going to farm as well there. But they know that Arteezy can always catch up. They know that Arteezy is going to be just able to play from a deficit if needed. But a lot of these games, he's not even falling behind. He's just having a fantastic performance regardless.
And this is really what you had in your mind when you let Universe go. You said, look, this is a top 3 at least offlaner that's ever played the game. But we're having to, with Universe, Sumail, and Arteezy, we're having to sack Artur nearly every game. And now Arteezy's, he's getting the farm priority. It's Fear more that's been sacrificed. And even when Artur is a little bit behind, he looks a lot more. The map, there's just, it looks like there's more farm on the map for him.
Yeah, but also, I take your point, but it's also that Fear is also playing a crucial role within this team now as the sackable guy.
He's the glue guy.
But he's staying, you know, well, and especially with the Lycan, he stays in the game. As Will said earlier, you can just have a terrible first 10 minutes of the game and still be valid in the game, still be useful.
Yeah, and I think it's important that, you know, we talk about Fear as a guy, glue guy, a guy that's done everything, but he's still a pretty good technical player. I mean, he got a kill 1v1 against Batrider as a Lycan in lane in game 1. Yeah, he's stepping up himself.
Yeah. Let's talk about Virtus.pro, because that's a disappointing run. They haven't got any DPC points either, so you know, start to sort of go, well, okay, it's a minus, not a big deal for them, but if this becomes a habit, Gods, then we start worrying a little bit about them. They might be caught.
Yeah, so this is the first kind of tournament back with their full roster. They played the last 2 events of 2017 with a stand-in. Their coach, of course, they did very well at those events, particularly the Summit, which they won. This is still lead up to the majors, you know? ESL Katowice coming up, the big majors, the PGL major. These events are what VP have their eyes on to secure themselves the big points. Not to say they came here to lose and do badly and get knocked out, but you can even see it in the bans. They're banning Oracle Husker first stage. Clearly something is just switched off for them, and they didn't seem to care. They were laughing, they were smiling. They're still playing to win, but it didn't really seem like VP in serious TI mode.
Yeah.
Now playing there on the stage.
I don't know, how do you feel about that, Will? I'm always a bit, I like the fact that this team are a bit arrogant, a bit ballsy sometimes, and a bit just out there with stuff. Like, the, you know, was the Arc Warden a bit of a troll ban? Was the Husker a troll ban? We don't know, but doesn't look like the normal kind of bans that we see. Are you okay with that? Do you think it's good for the scene?
I mean, I think it's great for the scene that we have a team like that, right? Root against them, root for them. It's just fun to watch them play. At the same time, like, I think, I mean, say what you will about whether they take this seriously, it's a mine or not. This trend is developing right now where it seems like they have this mental block against evil geniuses, and that's the worrisome sign for me as a VP fan. If I keep seeing this happen over and over again, because the better this EG squad gets, the more often that you're going to see them on your road to the finals, and this is going to consistently be a problem. Like, you need to get this bug off you as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's take a look at the bracket and show you where we are right now as far as the playoffs are concerned. We've completed our quarterfinals. 2 teams got a bye, of course, into the semis. So that leaves us with a semi-final lineup like this. Team Secret versus Newbie and Team Liquid versus Evil Geniuses. What a lineup that is, boys.
Wow. Very juicy.
I mean, that whole bracket, Gods, is like, we keep forgetting this isn't a major.
Yeah, it's got the feel of it. You know, you got probably the 6 best teams in the world right now in that top final 6 there, and well, they're going to go have a little bloodbath. Single elimination makes it even that much more exciting. No mistakes, no second chances, and We've already seen 2 teams knocked out, 2 more tomorrow.
Yeah, indeed. Let's take a quick look at the schedule as well. We'll pop that on your screen right now. As you can see, tomorrow, Secret is first up against Newbie, and Team Liquid versus Evil Genius will round us out on the day. We've got that to look forward to tomorrow. Let's get some final thoughts from our men on the panel. Alan, interesting day. Great crowd here as ever in Genting, and a couple of great games, but ultimately quite quick ones.
Yeah, I wish we'd have seen a Game 3 in at least one of the 2 series, but both teams making convincing statements going forward, and that bodes really well for our matches tomorrow.
Well,
I think that EG at least have taken like their first step in proving what they're worth again, and I mean, it was just VP, a team that they have their number. Tomorrow, playing against Liquid, this is the time to cement yourself and say, like, we're a team to be reckoned with.
Can they win the whole thing?
I think it's going to be hard. I think they really want to, because I know how Misery thinks, and being able to repeat here and stake his claim and say, I'm the king of this mountain, I think that'd be a really cool moment for him.
Yeah. Gods, final words are yours.
Fantastic game so far, and really looking forward to seeing what tomorrow has with those semis. It's just going to get better. I want to see some 3 games. I want to see longer series. It feels, the disappointing thing today was just they were a little on the one-sided side, but ultimately, that's sometimes how it falls, and tomorrow, I think, hopefully, we'll see those 3 games.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much to all 3 of you, and to all of our broadcast team, of course. We're going to say goodbye in just a moment, but don't forget, we do want to hear from you via social media, all the usual channels that you can find ESL on. Use the hashtag #ESL1 on Twitter as well. Leave us a note and say who you thought was the team or the player of the day, and also let us know what you think the semi-finals will happen tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for Day 5 of ESL One Genting 2018. The story so far is all Evil Geniuses. We'll see you tomorrow.
Will keep the fight for safe. Repel onto the SF. Oh, here's the song. Here's the setup. KP looking to move into position. That's the BKB. The black are ready to go. On to 3. Hold them all in. They lose 2. They lose 3. Triple kill for KP Enigma. And Ferrer, he's not getting away from it. He has to run out. GG. It's all too much. The sleep black hole combo that we were looking for all game hits them hard and knocks VG. Time for the Zeus to get away. Kaka does also have a TP, but Faith, he's coming in. He's got the rock. He's thinking about fighting, and there we go. On to 3. The root's on 1, and in comes Moogie, ready for the fight to go. The burst from the SCCC takes out Paparazzi. They look towards Ori Moogie. Jumps in with a double gang and double kill for SCCC and all. Save him jumping out of the reason the duel, but there's the control. They have to stop from the sensor. Nice micro from Paparazzi. Sets up for the duel. Now the reaction play. Newbie, even without Moogie, they still want to try and fight. 2-man avalanche with a fatal bonds. Rips through VG game, and they've lost 3. Lanham will get the long range finger to find a second kill. Every time asleep, Kaka catches Ori here on the Tinker. They're bringing in the Golem. KP's there as well. They've got the damage to take him down. 4 down on VG.
For Fear, managed to grab him before the BKB goes off, and they managed to get the Winter's Curse. Is it a good one, though? It looks kind of bad because they're trying to go on Fear. They flame break him out of the Winter's Curse, but it's a little bit too late. He's popped the BKB only at half HP, and he can turn and fight the Queen of Pain. He's going to try and go for this one. Crit, he's trying to grab somebody. He brings him solo with, oh, there's a jump in from Arteezy. He sees all these juicy heroes. He sees Ramsey slow, goes for the kill. The rocket's not quite enough. They need a little bit more, but it looks like he's going to be able to make it away, and they've overextended themselves now. Crit goes in, Misery looks for the hook shot. No one looking to juke at the same time. Sidesteps the hook smoothly. Evil Geniuses, though, still win the fight and are still going to take this lane of Brax, if not much more, with no buybacks on Virtus.pro hero.
Felt like that fight was a long time coming, and EG just kind of got that coordination that they needed.
That is unfortunate. Burrow strike. Whoa, that's a win from Pasha, and he's going to pay the ultimate price here. Arteezy on the front lines with the BKB, just damaging everyone for VP, even takes out the Chen, almost grabs the Death Prophet, they call it. VP's out. Evil Geniuses continue.
Hey, everybody, here with Crit and Arteezy. Congratulations on that win. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Did you feel confident in that one? Was that one of the best games you've ever played, Arteezy?
No, I didn't. I don't think I played that well, but my team carried me.
Okay, well, that's something. Now, we're supposed to have a casual talk here, not about the game. One quick question about Dota before you go. It looks like you guys have come in, you're starting to rise up after Captain's Draft. How's the team feeling? A lot of cohesion now, or what's up?
I mean, obviously, as we play, it feels better and better. We had a decent tournament in the Philippines before we got here, so we feel better and better. It's nice for us.
All right, good. You still feeling the EG flair, Arteezy?
Yeah, for sure. I enjoy that Misery adds a new flair to it too. It's like a mix. It's like we're all anti-hype and he's the hype man, and then we just mix together.
Misery's the hype man. Can I get some more talk about this? He seems like a pretty chill guy.
I mean, no, not really. Like, I mean, you know, like when he's playing Podge, right? He hits a hook, you know, it's hype. Or if he snipes the courier and he knows he's gonna snipe it, he'll be super hype. You like clap his hands, you know, and everybody gets going. It's pretty nice.
Any impressions of this kind of attitude that he has out there?
Impressions?
You know, just like what does he do? I don't understand how he's hype.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure when he got the quap when he was BKB'd and Smell shielded him, he like went like this or some clap. I don't know, man.
Wow! Whoa! Shit! He clapped.
It's exactly like that.
Wow! All right, fantastic. That's about as hype as we get on EG. So tell me a little bit about just life. How's the beard, dude? It's looking good. How long you been growing it?
I mean, it's been like 2 months. It's just I'm not trying to grow a beard. My mom calls it an ugly, lazy beard. I'm just lazy. That's the end of the story, I think. I don't know. I can't seem to find the time to just go and shave.
Interesting problem. You seem to have pretty good facial hair, man. You ever grow it out? You ever thinking about that sick old Viking beard?
I mean, sometimes, but then I look at our tour and I'm like, nah, I don't want that.
Yeah, all right. Depressing stuff, guys. Well, anyway, what do you think about the rest of the tournament? Any hopes, any dreams? You guys going to get some balut? Going to get some local flavor, local foods?
I mean, we haven't had any like good Malaysian food yet. I hope we get some because it's pretty famous, right? The cuisine.
Absolutely.
So I hope we get to get some good food. Hopefully for the tournament. I mean, we have 2 good series, at least one against Liquid. Hopefully we'll get to play Secret in the finals. That would be good for us.
All right. So the crowd should make you guys some dishes and throw them on stage when you guys are playing, right?
I haven't had McDonald's in a long time. I'm kind of craving for McDonald's right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, let's hope that they get some local cuisine of McDonald's and they can really get their energy up for the upcoming games. Thanks a lot, guys.